What is up, everybody? It is CJ Plays here, and I'm back with another Sims 4 speed build. Today we're going to be building a animal lover's home. I got the idea for this build from my first pet stuff. Listen, I know that the pack has a wrap, and I know that everyone feels a certain type of way about it, but I don't mind it. I mean, like I said, you can find like something to like out of any pack, like even the Journey to Buy 2. Like if you look hard enough, you can find something to like. Okay, but anyway, that's what this build is inspired by. Originally, I was just going to use my first pet stuff and the base game, but then I thought about it and was like, that didn't really make a lot of sense for me to exclude cats and dogs, because you kind of need cats and dogs to use some of the stuff from my first pet stuff. So yeah, but anyway. That's the general idea of this build. It is a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom. It's very cozy inside, and I feel like the sim that lives here loves DIY. Like, they love Etsy and Pinterest and Tumblr. They like to make their own arts and crafts. Sometimes they buy arts and crafts and then try to sell it off as something that they made. But it's fun, you know. Hey, get it how you live, I guess. But yeah, so on the exterior, I loved the way that the blah. Moving on to the exterior, I love how this just looks. I love the way it turned out. I used base game siding and the brick from the base game. Originally, I was going to use that pink, but I liked how it looked. It did give that house like a pop, but I didn't like it, so I changed it out for the brick that comes with the base game. I didn't even know, like, I'm pretty sure I've seen the brick before. Like, I've seen all the wallpapers in the game before, I'm sure, but like, well, at least I've seen most of them. Like, I've seen the default swatch, at least. But, yeah, I don't really use that one. And then I like how it looks. So I was like, yeah, let's use that. And I use those little plants that came with cats and dogs because I don't really get a chance to use those that often. I use them. I have used them in, like, my restaurant, Lighthouse restaurant that I built a couple of weeks ago. But before that, I don't really get a chance to use them. So, you know, we're building in Brindleton Bay, which is the world that came with cats and dogs, and this house is all about pets, so, you know, it was fitting. But moving on to the floor plan, I didn't have an idea. I had no idea what I wanted to do with this floor plan. Listen, when you see it, you'll be like, okay, it works, but, like, I don't know. I ended up making this first little chunk of the house, just one big room. I did end up, like, where that little corner is, I ended up putting like a stove and a countertop, and on the other side I put a fridge and I put another countertop. I put up some nice cabinets. I used this really nice blue, like this really blue wallpaper, and it looks nice. I like how it turned out, along with the floors that came with cats and dogs. And I gotta say, I mean, it's cozy in here. Like, when you look at it, you'll be like, yeah, someone likes to go to Pinterest. Someone got inspired from HTTV. It's something like you will feel the arts and crafts, especially like in the first room. The living room was a different story. But yeah. I was struggling a little bit with this because it was kind of dark in the home, and I didn't realize that, like, at the time I didn't realize that I didn't have windows, and I was like, wait a minute, no wonder it's so dark. I don't have windows. Because I was trying to fiddle with like the lights, and I'm like, this doesn't make sense. And then I was only using base game, cats and dogs, and my first pet stuff, and I was like, okay, well, none of these lights are making it work. And then it was, you know, it's because you didn't have windows. But yeah, next is just me trying to figure out how the doors were going to be. Originally, I was going to do, I was going to have a door lead from the living room. No, yeah, I was going to have the door lead from the bathroom until like the bedroom, but then I was like, no, I didn't like that. I mean, the house isn't that big for you to really need to do that. So I end up removing one of those doors. And then I use the cats and dogs curtains for this. I used it basically for the whole entire house, but I really like noticed that they look really nice, especially in that beige swatch. When I applied it for the kitchen, I was like, ew, I like this. And then to make it kind of make a little bit more sense, I did kind of for it to you know, kind of be evened out a little bit, I changed the colors of the countertops to make them brown. I think it looks a little bit better that way. And next you'll see me fiddling around with the pet bowls and the cat the cat condo. I didn't know like where it was gonna go. I had no idea. I haven't play tested this house yet either, so if things change by the time it goes up on the gallery, just know that it was probably for performance. And then I use these nice paintings that came with cats and dogs. Did y'all know that like each swatch is a part of a picture, and like I think there's like four different like swatches for each individual picture, and it forms like one big picture. I had no idea. I saw it on Twitter and I was like, wait, what? Yeah, I did. The more you know, I guess. Yeah, and I love the way that the kitchen table looks. The kitchen table is cats and dogs, and the chairs are base game. I think those chairs came with the the Hispanic Heritage Month update that came out a couple months ago. So I did use those. I think I love how they look. They look very, the whole entire, like, it looks nice, but the whole entire, like, area of this house looks very, like, DIY put together. Like, the sim that lives here, they found the table, like, thrown away in Brindleton Bay when it was at the docks. They found the chairs were donated. Like, 2 of the chairs were donated, and then so what happened when the sim was at the thrift store, they found, like, another matching chair, and it was like, oh my gosh, 3 almost have a complete set. And next is me putting a bookcase. I had no idea when I wanted this bookcase to go. Like, I tried to squeeze it. I sized it down, so I'm sure Sims can still use it. It's just the animation may be a little bit off because I sized it down, but it still should be usable, like accessible at least. I hopefully. But yeah, it just, I don't know. This room looks very nice, and I like the vibe. It's very springtime cottage vibes, but I don't think this is, like, I wouldn't consider this house a cottage. Like, to me, this is more of like a starter home that just, the sim never moved out. You know, it's a starter home that they just started in and will end in. Like, they're not moving from this house. But yeah, moving on, this is the living room, and I tried to go for more like blue, like neutral kind of like spring colors for this room, for the whole entire house, but especially for this room. And I wanted to put carpet down like in this room, and I wanted to put it in the bedroom, but the carpet just, I didn't like how it looked up against the wallpaper. And I mean, I imagine that the sim that lives here have pets, like carpet and pets. I don't like, no, like the images I'm getting, especially with a litter box, no. No, we're going with hardwood floors. And then I made sure to use the little couch that, you know, you could like make it a sectional if you have move objects on. So I kind of made it into a sectional, and I love the colors on that couch. I don't even know if I've ever seen those colors before, like that swatch, but that's what we did. And I love the way that this whole entire living room looks. Like, I would literally just want to watch TV in this room. And next is just me trying to figure out what like decorations I wanted to put. I'd imagine too that the decorations were at one point like glass and metal, but like the cat would get on top of the table and just knock them down, so much so that like they started to break, and then the sim was trying to like glue them back together, and then it just, so the sim went on like Amazon and found like statues, like little figurines that look similar to the ones that they already had, and they just like, but they were like plastic, so they was like, you know what, these work. So like all of those like are plastic, so if they get knocked over, it's fine. And I tried to put like a big TV, but I felt like the big TV in this room kind of just filled up too much space. So I went for like a really small old tube TV, and I put it like on a little nightstand. Sim should still be able to watch TV from like if they sit down like on the couch. But if not, I did put like, I put that nice chair that came with cats and dogs, and it matches perfectly with the couch. And I'm like, oh yes, like I love I love this room. Especially with that rug that came with my first pet stuff, because if you didn't know, like the default swatch is like circular, but if some of the swatches are like square, and they look amazing, especially that green color. Like, oh my gosh, can we get that color in some, like, can we get more rugs in like just colors like that, please? And next I just put up the cats and dogs curtains. These are like a really bigger size curtain, which I'm grateful for, because I didn't even know that it came this big. Like, I mean, I've probably seen it before, but like I don't know if I've ever used it that big before. So yeah. And then I put like a little pet bed just in case, you know, you could watch TV with your pet and your pet can go to sleep. And I wanted to put a light in this corner, but all the lights were really bright, especially the wall lights. They were just super bright, or they cast like a really yellowy light. And I was trying to find one that didn't cast a lot of light, because that corner of the house is just so dark. But I'll leave that for y'all to do, because like it looks okay to me, but I imagine like it'll probably like stand out if you're playing. So if you want to put a light in that corner, you could definitely do it. I did put a lamp in the other side of the room. And this is the bedroom, the only bedroom in the house. And I kind of wanted this to follow like a similar color scheme. So I kind of combined like the ideas of like the living room and the front room, like the front like area by the door, with this room. So it's a very beige and light blue. Again, very springy. It gives me like Tumblr DIY put together vibes. I went with one of the dressers that have like the little doors. So like, I don't know, to me, it just looks, like something an artsy sim would kind of have anyway. So that's what I went with, and I just gotta say the bedroom turned out nice. I like it. And then next up is just the bathroom. And the bathroom, oh my gosh, I don't know when this house was built, but whenever it was built, that's what the bathroom represents. And yeah, the sim that lives here, I imagine like they painted the walls, like the the walls of the house got painted over. They put like some nice new hardwood floors down, but for whatever reason they didn't touch the bathroom. That bathroom looks dated, but it looks dated, but it looks nice. Like if you be like, yeah, a older sim lives here, then you be like, oh, okay, yeah, I can see that. But like the sim that I have in my mind that lives here is young, so I don't know why the bathroom just wasn't updated. You know, maybe they like it. Who knows? And I did put like a pet bed in this room, and that's pretty much it for the entire house. I did some light landscaping out in front, and I also put one of the benches with the umbrella in the back, and I also put a grill in the back. So if you want to grill out and just sit and enjoy the view of the ocean, you could definitely do that. But that is all that I have for this video. If you did enjoy it, please be sure to leave a like, comment something down below, stick around for screenshots, and follow me on Twitch because I'm streaming on Twitch nowadays and I'm really liking it. It's a cool vibe. And if you want this, oh yeah, I forgot to say, if you want to sit up here on the gallery, my gallery ID is C Kingsley. That's SEECKINGOI, SEECKINGOI. I'll put it up on the screen, and I'll also put it in the description if you just want to get it that way. But anyway, that's all I have, and bye. Thanks for watching.